we were talking about the Greater Cleveland Conference, the East and the West divisions. It's tough every year. You're going to be getting into the tournament time. I know it comes pretty quick. What's your scouting report on some of the other teams in such a tough conference you guys go through every single year? Brunswick's having a good year. Medina right now having a good year. Solon's just a tough team to be reckoned with in this division. As you move forward, what's some of the scouting reports that you look at when you go into more conference games?
As I've told many people that we've seen, Solon's one of the best teams we've played so far, and our non-conference schedule, like I said, we schedule as difficult as we can outside of the conference, and Solon's just as good as anybody. They swing the bats up and down the order. They make plays defensively. They're not necessarily flashy defensively, but they don't make errors, and they have pretty good range. And in high school, that goes a long way. Then you combine that with a true number one arm that can get it upwards of 90 miles an hour, another guy coming in behind them, whether it's out of the pen or as their number two starter. They got to Columbus last year. I see why. And right now, especially since they knocked us off already in conference, I'd have to say they're the team to beat right now in the league. Mm-hmm. Brunswick, very good team. I don't know a lot about what they're going to look like right now, because I know they were fairly veteran last year. We know about the two Williams kids. They're both catchers. They're both in the lineup every day, whether it's at catcher and DH or catcher and infield. Offensively, they kind of go as those two guys go. They got a right-handed pitcher on the mound. It's a junior named Pastorelli that does a really nice job. That can get it up there and up around the mid-80s with a pretty decent slider, and I'm sure we'll see him either Monday or Tuesday. And as far as the rest of what they do, since we haven't played them yet, I don't know a ton about how some of their younger kids are working in, but obviously they're starting off, I think it's 5-1 if I'm not mistaken. I know they're 4-1 in the league. As we were saying kind of before we came on air here, whoever takes these two games, if either team can sweep, they're going to be in the driver's seat as far as the west side of the division goes. And then Medina, they always seem to have guys that can swing the bats, and they do again. They knocked one of our best guys around for 7 runs in 3 1/3 on Monday. 4 of them were earned, and they seem to be barreling balls up all game long. They can swing the bats really well, and if they can find a way to make a few more plays defensively, they're going to be in really, really good shape going forward too. And I don't want to stop the conversation without at least mentioning Elyria as well. They've gotten quite a bit better over the last couple of years, and they've got a couple of arms. They got a shortstop who's pretty good. They're going to beat some teams, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make a little run in the tournament when we get toward the sectionals and districts. They've got a team, and I think they're starting to believe that they're pretty good now too, and we've noticed what they're doing there. It's a very good league top to bottom. We just played Mentor, and they're always tough. They're well coached. They compete. They got a shortstop who can really play. We saw a couple arms yesterday who were pretty good, and I know they're kind of into the depth of their rotation right now, having played multiple games this week. So it's a very good league. It's competitive. It gets you ready to play the most important games of the year, whether it's in conference, whether it's come tournament time. And we're fortunate to be in this league because we got some coaches that really know what they're doing. And more importantly, we've got a lot of talent in this league, whether it's here at Strongsville or some of our competitors that really get these kids advancing. And the last thing is the amount of college players that have come out of not just this league, but Northeast Ohio. Maybe it's just my perception of it, but it certainly seems like we've been getting a lot more kids to college in the last few years. And I think that's a direct reflection on how hard these kids work. Sometimes kids get a bad rap as far as not putting in the time and not putting in the effort, and this generation is entitled. But if you push kids and they want to be coached, and I think most kids do want to be coached, and I'm not just talking about our Strongsville kids, though I'm definitely talking about our guys here too. If you get kids to buy in and you find a way to reach them, they will still run through a wall for you. Like you hear the stories of people doing that in the 60s and 70s. And they still want to get better. and they see the attainable goal. It's not all about scholarships, but yeah, it does matter to kids a little bit. And maybe it's not always monetary scholarships. It might also just be earn a roster spot at a local school like a BW with what Coach Harrison's doing, or any of the other good schools around the area, whether it's Mount John Carroll, whatever else, going into Central Ohio with Heidelberg and Muskingum and Otterbein and schools like that. It's good baseball, and it seems to me like more and more kids have been coming out of this area, and I think that's a testament to everybody, to the players, the coaches, even the summer leagues as young. It seems like summer coaching has gotten better at the 12, 13, 14-year-old age group. It all kind of works together, and everybody starts to get better. When everybody starts to get better, everybody sees more success, and it makes for better baseball. It makes for more committed kids and just more respect around the region and I don't know if necessarily the nation, but at least around our section of the country.